Hello, I'm working on a design project and I've just copied this image because this is a paid for image, but I want to do my own. I quite like the lines. I want mine slightly simpler. I don't like these cloud shapes. I don't want those, but I do like the light lines here and the dark lines there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as inspiration and make my own version. So this is how I've done it, basically. This is so I can make an illustrative painting of the sea. It's for a design project I'm working on. So that's that bit done. Now the next stage, I want to reserve some light areas. So I can't put the colour down until I reserve some of the light colours. Now I absolutely hate using masking fluid, but I actually had to. But what I did was I've made myself a stencil with about 3 or 4 millimeter width lines in, and I laid it down, and then with the paintbrush I've used my masking fluid. I used this the blue from Jackson's. I just dipped the brush in the masking fluid, and then I tape down the paper actually so it doesn't move, and I just go along filling in that stencil. Now it doesn't fill it in perfectly, it does miss some bits, but then what I do is I take the stencil off. I'm doing this quicker than I do normally. I normally do it a lot slower than this. That's going to bleed under, never mind. Right, so I take it off. That's not too bad actually. And then see there's missed a bit there, so what I do is I just tidy that bit up. And then now let it dry. I do that on a couple of places. What I do then is I let it dry and then I can come in with the paint. So now that's caught you up. Right, now I'm coming in with just some cobalt blue, and I've got it very watery and light. Now this will dry a lot lighter. I'm going to let that dry. Mop up what's on the edges. I don't like to apply an awful lot of heat to a watercolour when I've got masking fluid down, so I have to be patient and wait. It can make the masking fluid difficult to remove if you overheat it. Dry, and then we'll come in with the next layer. Right, now this is the next stage. It's dry to the touch, and the next stage is I'm going to fill in the patterns I have here. Now this is where it gets more difficult. So I've got a finer brush, a number 6 Da Vinci Cosmotop Spin. I quite like these. I've had them for a few years. I get on quite well with them, although some people don't like them. Anyway, so I'm going to start that, but I'll put some music on. So now I've got these colours down. I now want to do a black one or a very, 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 very dark, dark one. So I'm going to bung in some Payne's Grey, and I'm going to add a little bit of blue to it. So it's, well, Payne's Grey often leans towards blue anyway, but I'm going to add a bit more blue. And I'll add the nice dark Windsor blue to it. That's nice. That's a lovely dark, dark blue. Now I'm going to use the stencil again. If I can find it. Here it is. I did some experiments to see how it worked. Make sure they're not wet on the back. I've discovered the way to do it now. I think I'll have maybe crossing over with the white like that. And then what I use is a sponge, a makeup sponge. I dab it in the paint, but it's too wet at this stage, so I'm dabbing off some of the colour. Then I'm just going to brush it along like this. And although it's not perfect, it's a nice line. I like that actually. And then I'm going to do another one, perhaps going across like this at the bottom. Going to do the same. Dab off some of the excess because it goes underneath if it's too wet. So it has to be fairly dry. And if I want, I can go over and reinforce the colour. But I think that does the job. Wow, how easy is that? So now, once that's dry, I can take off the white, and I've got this lovely abstract watercolour water image. Here we go. There. And now I can use that as a background for some, I can scan it and use it as a background for some of my designs that I'm working on at the moment. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.